Hi, welcome to a first tutorial for the computer or the digital photography and design class. This is going to be about basics of Photoshop and just getting started with that. So the first thing that we're doing here is opening up the Photoshop program. I have my program pinned to the taskbar so that it opens like this, so that I can open the program and then I can more easily open and close it as I need to. You'll see the program comes up here with a gray background. If you feel like you want to change that, there are custom settings that you can use. I like the gray. You could make yours in black if you went to under File and you go all the way down here to under Edit. Go all the way down here to Preferences, and in Preferences you can go to Interface. Seems kind of confusing, but here's where you can change some of the things about that interface or the background. I like this gray color, so I'm going to just X out of that and not even change anything about it. Other things you'll notice about Photoshop in general: you have tools across the top, drop-down menus for lots of different things. It's organized similar to a lot of other editing programs that you may have used. For instance, File is where you go to save things generally, or export or import things. Edit is where you can make usually bigger changes to things or settings, like the preferences we just did. Image is going to give you some options for the overall file size and things like that. And so as we look through here, you just see that you have drop-down menus that you can get to. None of them are highlighted right now because they don't have a file open. I'm going to open a file here in just a minute. Also, you notice that across the top you've got lots of like extra tools. These tools will change depending on which tool along the toolbar you decide you want to choose. So if I want to work with the paintbrush tool, for instance, I select that paintbrush tool, and up here these tools are all different. Or they give me ways of controlling the paintbrush tool, like for instance the brush size here, or the opacity, which is how dark or light the paint is going to come out, the flow, which is how quickly it's going to come out. But this area up here will change depending on which tool you choose. Along your left side is where your toolbar usually is. You can customize your toolbar to fit different sizes. If your toolbar happens to be gone, like this, oh, I don't have tools, what do I do? You can call it back up by going to Window and finding your tools and having your tools come back. Okay, you can move the toolbar around as you please and place it where you need to, whether you want it to be condensed like this or longer and skinnier like this. That's just up to you. Okay, let's go ahead and open a file. I'm going to go to File, Open. Scroll up here. I have this blown up a little bit so that you can see everything. I'm going to go Open, and I'm going to choose a picture. This picture could be any picture that you've got, but for now I'm going to open up an example picture that I have here, and it'll come up. Okay, so here's a picture. It's open. Immediately you see that up at the top you've got a little thing that's different. It tells you that this is Dolphin Pool JPEG. The JPEG is the file format, and it says that it's an RGB file. Okay. Also, I can look down here at the bottom and shows me the file size of this picture, which I can tell it's actually big by the size because it's 21 meg. So it must be a pretty decent size resolution picture. If I open other pictures, I go to File, Open. Here we go. And open another picture. Maybe we open this one, and maybe we even go to File and open a third picture. Maybe we do this one. You'll see that each time I open a picture, it comes up across the top of my toolbar or my file. I can always close it by Xing out if I want to, or I can pull on this and undo it from that to have both of the pictures show at the same time. I can always click and drag and pull that back up into here to release it into here if I'd like to do that if I want to. Okay, so this is a way of navigating from picture to picture if you're going to be doing collages and things in order to get from one picture to the next. One thing that I did when I opened these pictures was that I went to File, Open, and found my actual picture and opened it up. That's going to be the way that is best for opening up your pictures, rather than going to the icon itself. Like if I minimize this, I could always go to those pictures that I just found and go to Computer. They're stored in my Pictures folder, and double click on this, and now it's open. But don't be confused, this is not Photoshop. This is a photo viewer, infrared viewer, whatever program, just to be able to open this and see it. So you want to make sure that when you're opening pictures in Photoshop that you're in the program and you go to File, Open, and you get to your pictures that way. A couple other things that you might want to know about customizing this particular program before you get started too much on editing or opening and working on pictures is that it's made up of lots of different levels of windows. So if I go to Paths, for instance, I open this window and I get a Paths window over here. Okay, I can click and drag it and customize it and put it anywhere that I want. There are going to be certain things, for instance layers, that you are going to use all the time and you are going to want to have up. There are going to be other things that you're not going to use all the time that you may not want to have up. So if you, for instance, are not working with type, there's no reason to have this extra window up here. You can click, and this is all of the information that helps deal with type and things like that. I can click on that and get rid of it, and it will close. It's not getting rid of, it's just going under window to a place where I don't need it. So a lot of times when you open the program, there may be lots of different windows open, and you may need to close a lot of them and just get the ones open and sized and positioned on here so you can use this program and see what you want to work on without things getting in the way. Another trick for this might be to customize what you want. So for instance, this one has layers, color, and history in it. Those are all pretty useful tools, especially history and layers, and you may want to toggle between them. But your program, when you open it, may not be connected that way. You may have this tab separated from this, and you may, if you want to have it open and you want to use history, you may not be able to navigate it. So you can always pull the tab and embed it within a particular window so that, oops, I wasn't able to make that happen. I'm going to try to do it again. There we go. And embed it in a particular window so that I can get to the things that I need to get to a little bit more easily. Okay, that's it for Photoshop Introduction. We're going to move on to some of the 5 steps in finalizing a straight photography photograph for our second tutorial. Thank you.